this sent out. Here we go. Do you know we have Destiny Arsenal? Hang on. Oh, we're gonna eat this off to Twitter real quick. Before we properly. Oh, why is this wrong? I changed that! Hang on. Ah. Let's see here. Hang on. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Why didn't you save my thing? It didn't save. What the heck? I went in and changed it on in my dashboard and everything. What the heck? Hi, Estrella. Oh wow, the captions are certainly captioning. Let me see here. Let me turn this down just a wee bit. I am also... Let me get into orbit real quick. Alrighty with the frogs. Hang on, let me grab frog. Yes, you can have Stabby Frog. You're adorable. Let me grab... There he is. I moved my model off to the side so, the frog doesn't, like, overtake the model as much. Let me make the model just a wee bit bigger, or a wee bit smaller. Just for the toggles. Let me check the goth toggle real quick. Yeah, that works. Alright. But yeah, so I'm going to real quick, because I have the Destiny overlay. So I'm gonna pop over to my dashboard real quick. And Stream Manager, I think it is. Can adjust my stuff here. No. Ah, extensions. There we go. I don't know how big this is gonna be, so I'm going to check it. be annoying. Go into orbit. There we go. Oh cool, you can like close and stuff too. Pretty sure. I will remove it if it's annoying. Can't really tell from here, but let me pop it over. Yeah, it'll show you everything. Do not create a clip, please. Okay. Okay, you can turn it on and off. Okay, cool. Ooh, strand lock? Heck yeah. Yeah, no, I'm running, strand lock right now for, with that one rope. It's really cool. Let me grab my stuff real fast, and then we'll, get into the nitty-gritty. Alright. If you want to join me, let me know. I will pop into the VC. Or if you want to chill, you can also chill. I was thinking about doing IRIAM today too, but just didn't have the willpower to do IRIAM too. Yeah, let me pop into VC real quick. Hehehe, frog. Me, get into VC and then I'll add the frog. Hello!
I love your entrance. Lizard.
Lizard. Oh no!
I gotta turn down your stream down to 1 because then I'm getting confused when I hear when I got confused when you went head well, and then I heard it a second time, and it's like wait. Got absolutely confused.
Wonderful. Me causing chaos already.
Momo cast confusion. It's super effective.
Yes. Oh no. The frog army is coming.
The Great Frog Army.
More frog. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
weird. Does not say you're online.
I'm online for sure. I mean,
Oh, I know.
obviously.
It just obviously yes. It's just weird.
Alrighty. Medifrog. I'm gonna move the stabby frog over eventually. Okay, apparently not. Let me make this smaller then.
Ignore stabby.
There we go. Alright. Now we can move him. There we go. Not make me smaller, please. That actually should be the one that is bigger. We're setting up our background frogs to stack upon. There we go.
I think Discord's having that disconnect that it has with Destiny sometimes.
Ah, I see, I see.
Yeah. So you might have to invite me.
4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got one more to grab.
Froges.
Froges.
Senior Stabby is my favorite.
The stabby frog is really cute. I like the rose one.
The rose one's so pretty too. It looks like it's got tattoos.
It does.
It's the Yakuza frog.
Yakuza frog. Yes. Alright.
Did you like that clip I clipped yesterday?
Yes. I actually posted it with a at you.
I woke
over
up to
on
that
the
post this
thing.
I was so amused.
There we go. Yes, it was really good clip. I am on my hands and knees, please. Yeah, no, I want to be able to, while we're in the overworld and Soulframe, to be able to check my inventory and how much inventory I have left. Instead of having to go all the way back to the Nightfall, walk all the way over to the blacksmith person. Or no, you can see how many inventory slots you have in the market. So you have to go all the way to the camel, get into there, go to the inventory space thing, and then it'll tell you how much inventory space you have.
Yeah, I
Let
woke
me
up
see.
to that notification this morning.
I was like, let me see what space I have on the field. Please, I know we can go to the Nightfall at any time, but...
But there's a lot of extra that you don't want to do.
Yeah, what if I'm in the middle of, like, you know, going to point A to point B? I don't want to have to, like, go to the Nightfall, go over there, then go back to the overworld.
Just
Remember where the heck I was going, because I didn't put it on a waste stone. You know, that sort of thing.
I've done that once or twice. You want to shoot me an invite?
Yeah. Let's see here. Boop. And where are you?
It says I'm not online.
Huh.
Huh. I will try restarting.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I'll still invite you.
I mean, I got the invite through Steam. That's funny.
That is funny.
Like, here, Momo wants to play. Curse you, Steam.
It's Steam moment. But yeah, I was gonna do IRIAM stream, and I'm just like, I don't have the mental spoons.
You don't have the mental stims to deal with children today.
Yep, I don't have the spoons. I don't have the spoons to be a daycare today.
No, God, no. You shouldn't have to be a daycare. An iPad is not a babysitter.
No, it's not. I agree. And trust me, I live with family that treat it like that.
Ironically enough, I have no room to talk. I've learned a lot of my useful life skills and handiwork
Like,
from YouTube as a kid.
I did too, and also video games. But also,
Yeah,
at least with video games, you're learning fine motor skills. You're learning to read and actual life problems and stuff that can happen and
unable to join
lessons.
target player.
Hmm.
There we go. I
Oh.
now it's working. The invite through Steam didn't want to work, but it now says you're online. So I think that was a me problem.
Welcome, welcome. Alrighty. Time to continue Edge of Fate.
The edging of fate.
The Edge.
I'll die for the
That one, that was always one of my favorite memes for Edge of Fate. Not gonna lie. It's so good.
It is.
Also, the weird thing of content creation and doing my VOD scrubs as I do is having to hear my voice, because IRL, I feel like I'm very low pitched,
Mm-hmm.
whereas my mic apparently sends me up a couple octaves.
I'd like to point out, whatever is recorded, as long as you have a decent mic, is what your actual voice is. It's it's the voice you actually hear is not only auditory, but all of your sound is projected forward. You're hearing your voice as through it's conducted to the bone.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a weird biology thing. It's why a lot of people hate their voices.
Yeah.
Good join
Alrighty.
us.
Oh,
Hello.
John.
Oh, it's
Hello,
John.
John.
I thought you were gonna be tired today.
I am tired, but if I go to bed now, I'm going to wake up at stupid o'clock. So I need to stay awake for a few more hours.
That's fair.
So I figured I'd come join you guys for a little bit if that's alright.
Yeah, you're free. Let me add your
Oh, that
frogs real
pink
quick.
sword. That is.
Oh, you're
That
looking
is
at my
basically
glaive.
Yeah, look at your glaive. It's basically an Arachi. So nice.
Mm-hmm. I love the
I love
glaive.
those boots. I wish I had like, what is it? There was a specific emote from another game where you basically get to make the joke of work it, sister. Like that is
Oh,
a nice get up.
yeah.
God, that
Let's
is
see
really nice
here.
get up.
1, 2,
I
3,
feel
4, 5.
inadequate.
I am truly a fashion framer through and
I am
through.
not. I do whatever is most pleasing to me.
Mm-hmm. I do too.
Like the boots that I picked up the Mind Strider boots specifically because they go well
Ooh.
with this outfit.
Yeah, I ended up really liking the Astral Dragon armor set. I don't remember. I think it
Honestly,
was on the thing.
it makes me think of a knight meets a rogue.
That makes sense. I have the full set actually. I could pop it on. The only one thing that I don't really like from it is the helmet.
Nah, the helmet makes you look like it's the Asgardian destroyer.
Oh no, I like this helmet. This is actually one of the iron. I think it's an
Yeah,
Iron Banner helmet.
well, this helmet it makes you look like the Asgardian destroyer.
Yeah. Yeah,
Marvel,
this helmet's awesome.
done. Now I'm just imagining it with a red glow.
I mean, I have like photo finish and a few other.
That is not a Iron Banner helmet, that is a Seraph helmet, I believe.
Is it?
He might actually know.
Oh, you've got a ornament on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, eh.
Ash Raven. Yeah. So yeah, it is item. My apologies. I was seeing the name, not the icon.
The channeling
Yeah.
cowl.
Let's see here. Yeah, I have a few random
The
pieces
Gambit
on.
Memento. I love the
Okay.
Gambit Memento.
Mm-hmm. Like this is the one for
You
the
have a
Astral
lot.
Dragon, and it looks cool, but it's not my favorite.
Oh,
'Cause the
you're using
full
the Taudoxia.
the full set. Hang on, let me swap out of the Shadestalker robes, because that's the full
Oh, those
set.
wings are nice. Holy.
And when you fly, they flaps. They do the flaps.
You got flappy wings.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Best armor ornament ever.
Mm. I would kill to have that the shifting star pattern on
Yeah,
on
they're
my
so
map.
pretty. Let's go back to there it is. Yeah, Shraven Home. But yeah, I love this that specific armor ornament. It's very nice.
That's fair.
And I liked the Iron Banner armor ornament armor looks in particular because I love the idea of space knights.
The concept
Cool
of space
sci-fi space knights. Because like the Iron Lords are legitimately just medieval warriors. It's great.
Okay, so fun fact. In the lore, it's covered in one of the Ahankara items.
Mm-hmm.
Saladin, the current reigning last Iron Lord, actually wished when he was fighting one of the Ahamkaram to fight a true classical dragon.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
However, in that same sentence with that same wish, you are what you are. You survive.
Mm-hmm.
How many wish dragons? Well, now there's none. But before that, how many were left?
Not many.
No, Riven was the last. You are what you survive. He is the last Iron Lord. Other than the new pups that he's training.
Draw the Archon out so we can deal
Yeah.
with them, or at least
Sorry,
we can
it's
tutorial
I
and
love the
delay
Wish Dragon
whatever
lore a
he's
lot.
planning to do to
Oh,
the
same. The
singularity of
Amkaras are
the
some of my
warship.
favorite.
Yeah. It's a concept I love coming back with and playing with because it's imagine you make a proper weapon from Anhamkaram bone. Every pull of the trigger is a wish to kill your target.
Mm-hmm. When I was playing Destiny Rising, because I played that for a little bit, quite a while, I was actually, I don't know if you could say it or not, I was actually in the beta for it.
The beta for Destiny 1?
Rising. The freaking, the Destiny
Oh.
mobile game thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I have not touched that.
They actually actively have an Ahankara.
Oh.
He's the size of a house cat. It's great.
Oh,
but
yeah,
that's what.
They can be really tiny.
They can be whatever size they want. As far as I'm aware, Rising is not considered canon, but if it is, then.
Ahamkaram can freely change their shape, but their size, their true size determines how many wishes they've granted and fed them on.
If I remember correctly, Rising is supposed to be another timeline.
So it's canon adjacent.
Yeah, it's canon adjacent.
Okay, that's fine.
But Morgana. Mm-hmm. Morgana, the Wish Dragon, he's like the size of a house cat.
Yeah.
But when you go and do his hunt, which is his activity, he is literally like in the background in the skybox. looming over everything.
Oh boy.
It is so sick. Yeah, let me start the mission. It's so cool. I love it.
Honestly, Destiny is one of those settings where you could get a group of people who've been playing for too long together and discuss the lore for hours.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then you very quickly find out that the devs did a pretty good job of interconnecting everything.
Mm-hmm. And there's so much lore because there's also the lore books.
There's
that
the
you
lore
can-
books, there's the lore cards too, each legendary, some of the legendary weapons and most of the exotics.
Yeah.
There's so
Alright,
much. You
hero.
just gotta know where you're
Your
looking.
kid's lead is good.
Exactly.
My lead is good. Our
And sometimes you'll come across bits like No Time to Explain, which are really cool because there's multiple iterations of that weapon.
Mm-hmm. Where are we going? Looks like we're going this way.
Yeah, I love No Time to Explain because it's one of those weapons that you find out about it and you're like, wait, there's 3 different models of this weapon. Which one's the true one? They all are.
Am I going backwards? Am I going the wrong way?
Possibly. There's a portal over here. Or not a portal, a, thing, I don't know. I have no clue where we're supposed to be going.
I'm looking at the map and the marker's saying, like, over and down here? Is there a portal down here?
Oh, there's a path to the left.
the hunter doing the hunter thing.
I mean, if he's not doing his thing, then he's got other problems. I made a nest. I'm using the Swarmer boots.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, also I can heal you now.
Wait, you know what? I want to use Yeo.
We just bounce off of each other.
Let's try and jump over ya. Let's see.
No shit, I just got an exotic egg man. It's a shame I have every class of exotic.
Shut up. I'm jelly.
I have the pictures on that chair.
Yes, I am well aware.
Oh.
I love this grenade launcher so much. I almost died to the chasm.
Oh no. Don't die to the hole.
Yeah, I'd rather not. At least not that hole.
Mm-hmm.
Last word still feels amazing.
Oh, you're playing with Last Wish?
Last word,
Killed myself! I forgot I'm not a solar warlock!
Yeah. Lol.
I made the mistake
got
of forgetting
turned
I'm not
around.
a solar warlock.
Oh no.
Come to me, baby.
I was about to run out of hover.
Oh no, I was hovering, pulled the trigger of my gun while over the chasm.
Oh no.
I should tell you which subclass I play the most.
Alright, there's one there. Oops.
We've got to find the one that's connected. That is connected to a thing. Oh look, there's more.
Oh, friends. There's that.
Oh no.
Nope.
Bye. Oh, you fucking. Nope. Bye.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's your fault.
How is that my fault? You're the one who can't grapple for crap.
I just look over and see guys pushing each other off the edge.
I would never. The path is clear. I would never. Proceeds to
Bullshit.
trip him off the edge.
Spins around and circles you on the way down.
And then Momo has to stand there and revive us both because we're idiots that try to kill each other.
Yeah.
Hole. So there's hole right there. Where is the thingy? Is it over here? Hello, friends.
So
Hey, Blake Watcher, keep watch for me while I go in here. Thing in here? Nope.
we have to find the thing he's connected to.
Yep.
Love this grade. What are these vault keys for?
Oh, found it.
You know, you could look it up.
I could, but we're busy.
Vault key?
Did I just
You
pop
like
him in the
maybe.
head?
Oh, you're down here.
Being stabbed.
Don't be stabbed.
The Momo is looking around.
Yeah. It's like, where are things? There we go.
I think we have to go down here.
Yeah. Just... Yippee!
Money. Arcane mutation. Oh, you got your class inventory is full. Okay, I was like, what?
Yep.
Because I saw the
There we
red
go.
X. I've never seen that red X before.
It's because I loot goblin too close to the sun. I normally come in.
Never thought I'd hear.
I normally come in with a full inventory.
Next time we have a quiet moment, I want to try to get him talking. It's worked before.
Ad break in about 2 minutes, boys.
There's a high concentration of dark matter running through this facility.
Could the Prime Servitor be integrating it into the house's Arc network?
Whatever the Archon's planning, he must need the Servitor.
That's a good angle to apply pressure. I'll work it.
Nope.
Yeah, that's why I flew up there to
You know, these
see.
tubes always make me think of the old diode tubes. The glass ones.
I meant to slide under that.
You casted your abilities.
Yep.
Oh, I found friends.
I also found friends.
Wait, where the heck did you guys go?
Down a path.
Whoa! Hi! Okay, that was a little bit chaos. In this singular corner.
Hey, look, I have my super. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Okay. I was like, why is my grenade launcher not firing?
Okay.
We have 2 strand blocks.
Alrighty. There were lasers over here.
Ah, okay. So we have to go back all the way up there.
Oh! This works as a, rocket launcher
Weapon.
also.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's a weapon.
Weapon. Hole? Hole.
You feel it, Lavask?
Hole.
Walls are closing in.
Hole.
If the Deathless
God, that
destroys
makes me
your
think of the
house's
old
Prime
Elden
Servitor,
Ring joke.
how
Hole,
can you be
try
taken
finger.
by the giver?
Our pride stands
Okay,
in
there's that.
defiance of the deathless. In service of its
And
great
there's
honor,
that.
it will be reborn and ascend into the
It looks like we gotta go up.
Sounds
Yeah.
pretty fishy to me, kid. Admit it, Lavask, you're a false prophet. And right now, you're terrified because your plan won't work without your servitor.
Only my vision shows the path.
across here?
Nope, over here.
Nope. Ah.
Down the tunnel.
Tunnel time.
Wee. Look, ball.
Ball time.
He stole it from you.
Gosh darn it.
He likes being ball shaped, which is very puntable. Gonna be up the wall and into tube.
Up wall and tube. Tube.
I feel like we should be able to wall ride it all the way out around the thing.
Uh-huh.
That would be kind of funny, wouldn't it?
See how long it takes before you start making it, what is it, like a perpetual
corpse.
motion? Oh, there's just a
Yeah.
random corpse.
Yeah, there's just a random corpse. I just wanted to be like, hey kids, want to see a dead body?
Hey kid, yeah, no, hey kids, let's see a dead body. I'm hitting every slow one.
I'm making friends now.
Archon,
I'm setting off all the bombs.
without the strangeling. It's all falling apart, isn't it?
I can't see.
Ah! It's so bright. It's brighter than Momo's personality.
Aww.
Which means you're very bright. That thing's just brighter.
Yeah, no, that... I have sunlight sensitivity. That is awful.
Wait. Oh, that's gotta suck.
Like, yesterday I didn't realize how bad my, how bad it was until I stopped streaming, and I'm like, oh, my eyes feel
not
like
suffer that
needles.
I do not suffer the problem. I hope I never do. I can't, like, in my case, if I play VR, I have to play without glasses, and afterwards my eyes feel like they're on fire.
You know,
Yeah,
it's so,
the screen right in front of them.
like, I still have it a little bit. But it's not that bad right now, so I'm good. I might have to take a break later. But,
I have, is he targetable now? Oh.
Yep.
Yes, he is. I was trying
I
to
took
find
out
thingy.
the, thingy.
He died stranded. Or not.
Oh,
Wait, why?
children! He was like
He
a,
died.
wolf spider.
A wolf spider or the Russian nesting dolls.
Yeah. Russian nesting dolls, wolf spiders.
You're not dropping that.
Oh!
Getting shredded, hero.
Maybe we can bypass it, like the earlier one.
I took a moment to realize I'm gonna go look for the translocator.
Yeah. Found it.
I love how both of
It's
us
over
were
here,
just
Momo.
like, oh, where is it? Hang on.
It's over here. It's just above it.
Oh.
Can you stop trying to shove me into the lasers?
No.
I love how both me and John almost went into the laser beams.
This one's a puzzle. John!
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yes. When I'm tired, I kind
You
of.
gotta hit the back.
Here we go.
Okay, that's not it. Try again. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta hit the weird satellite things.
Yep.
Boss fight. I was going
Damn.
trying to go for the double banner.
Lame.
I think we've only ever managed to get a triple banner once.
That would have been
It
funny.
appears your lead checks out. Here's our prime servitor, and the energy signature coming off of it matches the singularity.
It's
I'm just in
definitely
here
the
using
great
my,
defense that we're looking for.
I told you my intel was reliable. Now,
my
you take out the servitor, and I'll get the Archon to talk.
alright.
Oh, over here.
Oh.
The partially open hatch. Door is ajar. Door is
Door
ajar.
is
Oh, you're
ajar.
using your glaive.
Yep.
I think it's supposed to be in here. I thought the door was ajar, after all. I guess I was wrong.
Does not look like it.
Different area?
Wow.
Oh! There's an activation panel.
Hey Ghost, you know that thing that you really don't like doing? I just got out of doing
Got a whole flock of smaller servitors buzzing around.
Beyond Light, and the whole time Ghost is yapping about hating doing hacking all the time.
Yeah.
Servitor tripped some kind of magnetic lockdown.
It's cut off from the generator.
Yippee! Heck that generator.
Shield down.
I turned the servitor into a nest.
Flesh withstand a dissection.
Beautiful.
Visions of your
Yeah, that's what this machine gun does. It makes that, and those things will actually seek me out to perch upon me.
Huh.
Ah, well, oh, I got myself stuck for a moment, like stuck. Like properly stuck in the geometry. No, he's invincible.
More servitors flooding in. You'll need to take them out.
I know you're listening, Lavask. I know your people are too. They're
Hey, look, there's a rocket launcher.
Shed light on your lives, doubting you.
Our catch takes flight. Our drift
I think it's in here.
into the singularity we ascend.
Yeah, it's right there.
There it is.
I'm frozen. I was very cold.
Little chitty.
A little chilly.
Just a wee bit chilly. Alright.
The swarm!
The shield generator's vulnerable.
You're taking advantage of me swarming and strangling people.
Uh-huh.
I watched you beat on that man
Teleporter
that got hung.
Yep. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep. See, my opinion has always been there is not one the Guardian. It's almost always a fire team.
Uh-huh. That's why I don't get it.
I,
Like, yeah, we got the Guardian, but like, there's always a fire team behind that Guardian.
Yeah, so I've always been of the opinion there's the Guardians.
It's because in D1 it was the Guardian. In
Yeah.
D2 it became the fighting.
Yeah. Did we find the relocator yet? It's got to be somewhere in here. Oh, never mind. Just found a trio of chuckle nuts.
Oh.
And I found the relocator.
Yay!
Alright,
I
where
got
am I
a-
going with it?
I love how Strand is just the very think fast chuckle nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, forward on.
Don't know why I took damage from that.
I have no clue.
That teleport almost killed me.
Probably because you teleported inside of me.
That's another shield down.
Possibly.
Oh my.
Go, my children! Murder them!
And he's immune again.
Which means we need to get another gun. Oh, I think this door leads. This is a translocator. Okay.
Be timeless. The deathless will know the giver smite as it tears through their false heart and flimsy will.
There it is. Your plan. A
That's not it.
full-scale push into the singularity, and those rumors of using a powered-up catch were right on the money.
That's not it.
Noise it. Thank you for your
that?
cooperation.
That's this one. Okay.
Yay!
Ow! That almost killed me. What the hell?
Oh, we're right behind him.
Yep. Hi! I didn't mean for you to spawn on my face. Machine guns. Think fast, Chuckle Nuts. Honestly, like a full-on Strandling build feels kind of nuts. Because you make Strandlings, and then they can accidentally make more Strandlings by making the balls, and if you shoot those tangles, you can make more Strandlings. And it's just a constantly compounding problem for your enemy.
True. What the heck?
Over here, maybe?
Good.
No, that's not it. Do we have to bait him over here, I think?
I don't think so.
What are we supposed to do? I feel like we're missing something.
Yeah. I love how if I'm squinting, my model has a tendency to close their eyes.
You squint at them suspiciously.
Yeah, squint suspiciously.
I do not trust you.
What the heck? Because that's the hole. Because we can get in here just fine, so there has to be something down here that,
Missing.
yeah. Wait, hang on. I wonder if there's like a hole in here somewhere. No? Go back down here. Oh! I died in the
Oh,
floorboards.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
I don't know. Because there's no reason why we would have to go in here, go ball to just leave. Unless there's something.
Feel like we're missing something.
Yeah. Let me give it another once over. Looking at all the details under here. Nothing in here. Doing that's not doing anything. I'm a wee bit stumped.
I am stumped too.
Servitor's annoying.
The servitor's what we gotta murderize.
Yeah. Maybe it's like off back over here? somewhere?
Has it been the same method previous 2 times?
Yeah, we gotta get him trapped inside this little itty bitty room. I thought. Because the other two times we've had to get him trapped in here. Will he follow? Is the question? Oh, yeah. No, it looks like Mikey follow.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Come
Oh,
here.
over here.
Come here, servitor. Quit throwing balls at us and.
This is gouge, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Oh, no.
here he
Yeah,
comes.
so.
Next generator's tight. Looks like there's a crawl space under the floor.
I think he just glitched out the first time. Because we were
Possibly.
we all three in here originally, and he didn't follow. So I think I think his tracking glitched.
I think we might have moved too fast for him. Because he
Yeah.
was patrolling. Now this door is open. There we go. Cool beans.
Ball.
Ball.
Dead.
Loot.
Heck yeah.
Ow. That
Which
bright
one is
light
it?
In my eyes.
Sorry. No, no. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to call it.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
I'm actually shopping to keep my eyes open. Oh, don't forget to grab this thing.
The hourglass.
The strange the thing we came for.
Yeah.
It's over, Lavask. Your prime servitor is lost. And we
Nice
are
having you, John. You have a good night, man.
Sorry, I didn't say too long today.
A defeat here was
You're all
always a
good.
possibility, Met. Just one of the many paths through the grand design.
Good night.
I am victorious,
Good now.
and exiles victorious. We are fated to conquer the deathless. Defeat looms for those who reject the Giver's embrace. You will see, as I have seen. Exiled children of Lavask, the Giver's arms await us. We will bore into the timeless space and ascend.
Timeless space.
Huh.
They want to go into the black hole. Make it big enough so they can all go through? That's ascension? Look at this coward. Running off every line he can think of. We might have broken him. But you picked it up. They're gearing up to try to harvest a member of the Nine. I have no earthly idea how, but it can't be good. You dismantled that con like a pro, kid. Got him spilling everything just to save face. Nice work. Thanks for the assist.
I like how they were,
I agree
like,
with him.
pestering at one another and then, now, or bickering at one another. Now they're kind of like, yeah, no, you're kind of vibe now. Between Lodi and Drifter.
Yeah, they're so sweet.
To be fair, Drifter is just a really chill dude.
He's just been fucked over. So, his story is he doesn't trust anybody because the last time he did, him and his team.
And one strangelet to help stabilize.
Well, do you know his story?
We're not out of the
A
woods
little
yet.
bit, yeah.
Every bit helps to stop
You
that
okay with me
singularity from
speaking about it?
growing.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Someone's informed me the Ionians need our
Him and his
assistance
team
again.
went out beyond the
Get
reach
that
of the
back to
traveler,
Caldera,
out into
hero.
the dark.
Keep me in the loop.
The
if we
things
gotta
they
move.
saw out there,
I don't think we've seen the last of our boy Lavask.
it's only
Speaking of
described
being
as
in the loop,
creatures.
Mr. Drifter, Orin
And
had
some of the
mentioned you two
features that
used
they
to know
had,
each other.
and some of the
There was a
rumors
time
are they were
that
some of the
had been a
hive
line,
or
and
worse.
you'd be crossing it.
Out there, the light doesn't
But
work.
that was a long
The
time
resurrection
ago.
ability your ghost has
Yeah.
doesn't work.
We knew
He
that.
had
That
to
makes
scrap
sense.
He had to scrap the pieces of his buddy's ghosts after everybody turned on each other just to survive.
Yeah, because he has an illegal ghost.
Yep.
An illegal modified ghost.
Yep.
I think we gotta go back. Yep.
His
Oh,
story is a
gosh.
dark and terrible one.
So we got
I feel bad for him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Drifter is one of my favorite characters for a reason.
Yep.
Like, I've always really liked what they call the quote-unquote Dark Vanguard of Drifter, Eris, and the Stranger. Just 'cause, like, they're very interesting.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you should have seen me, like, sob at Eris Morn getting skewered by a herald.
Yeah.
Sound waves again. Oh, that opened.
Yeah, it opened because of me.
Ah. As you access the interface, it melds with Rosetta. Ronan's words form in your mind. Anomaly blessed. Your field work is efficient and thorough. We are fortunate to have found favor with you. With the return of another strangelet, we are to cull data from our hypothesis. We've narrowed your next destination to the outer steppes. We are locking the altar to that strangelet capsule now. Go in certainty.
Lodi, as the Guardian tracks down more strangelets, we're wanting to better understand the presence of dark matter on Kepler. You have an Ionian contact we could speak with?
Sure do.
Fuck off, my god.
Dr. Carnahan's gonna be your gal. She's,
I love their tech. I
Mhm.
love and hate how advanced the tech of Neptune and Year are compared to what the Guardians have.
She did point some kind of thingamajig at my head.
I guess it kind of definitely shows the signs of the time that they came from, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because, of course, we don't have as good of tech because
The Dark
we
has
were...
focused all its attention on us.
Yeah. But also, like, we're dealing with the scraps of what was left of the Golden Age.
Oh, yeah.
Because the apocalypse had already happened.
So where to, O Guardian mine?
We are going over here.
You know, John would smack me for that comment.
Oh, I see that we gotta go ball, so time to waddle over here.
Ball.
Ball.
I accidentally activated Rift instead of Ball.
That happened to me earlier. I was trying to slide underneath the thing in...
Pushing help instead. Ah!
Oh,
Train.
well. Drain. Subway.
I love the elevator music.
Mm-hmm. Oh!
We're seeing a spike of exile.
Servitor.
Is this doctor safe on her own?
It's true the Ionians are a peaceful bunch, but field work requires metal. I'm sure
I
Gotham
got
did much
jump
more than look
scared
sharp.
by the servitor.
Speaking of, I'm at a research outpost. She's not here, which wouldn't normally be worrisome, but the place is completely ransacked. No sign of her assistant either. He's usually... Oh, damn it.
No.
Lodi.
No.
Take care of those exiles. Let me call you back.
Please kill myself. It looks like over here.
Oh. Yes, it does.
I think you have to shoot it from right here.
Whoop, whoop. Nope.
Please do not kill yourself.
I'd rather not. I'd much rather not have to do that.
Just because you're a guardian doesn't mean you can't die.
Yep. I like all the tunnels.
Oh, I love the tunnels.
Like, this place is really
Ow.
cool.
I went the wrong way.
Did I?
I went the wrong way.
Oh.
Because there was
Wait,
two
what?
different tunnels.
Oh no. Duckwork. Whee!
Wee 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 wee. Says the little piggy as it goes home.
Oh. It's another one. This place, Lodi, brother, this place looks to be in really rough shape. Let's see here.
Oh! Ha! Ha! Did we come back up? This is where we started.
Oh! There's the hole. Where is...
Oh, we have to go that way?
Yeah. Where is... I know I just saw
oh, it's up here.
Matterport. Oh, it's up here.
Yoink.
There we go.
Yeah, I have no clue where we're going, so I have to follow you.
That is all good. Going this way. Which is terrifying that you're following me because, you know...
You get lost?
I have some of the worst, known, sense of direction. Is that it? Oh. There's a little teleporting thingy. So
Yeah, which
something
means we
tells
need to
me...
find which means we need to find the relocator.
There is a hole right there. I think that is leading out, possibly. Maybe we are supposed to go out this way? Oh no. Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm thinking...
Where, I have no clue.
I have no clue either.
Yeah, this is a very confusing map.
Yeah, no, I think we're supposed to be out here. Because there is Matterport right here. That's where we just came from, so yeah. Because there's holes.
Yeah, this hole right here is, was for loot earlier.
Yeah. Then there's this one.
That leads into the loot room. That's the exit to the loot room.
Oh, that's the exit to the room.
Yeah.
Let me re-get it. There we go.
Which mission are you trying to get to?
It's the... What is the mission? Hang on. The Outer Steps Strangelet.
So, over there.
Yeah. Do I have to go back in here? I feel like...
I think this is the right way.
Yeah. Oh, there's a chest over here. Oh!
Loot.
Okay. Oh wait, I think I found the thingy.
Found it?
Yep. I came over here to get the loot and then saw the
I found the relocator.
cool beans. I'm seeing if I can... Okay, there's the... Like that?
We just have to find the initial input.
The sweet spot. Oh no. Oh no. Goodbye.
I can't revive you. You're dead.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm back. Alright, go into this room. That's the relocator. Oh, wait! There's a whole back area to this.
Yeah. I think the one we were looking at was just loot.
Possibly. I think I found an area. Yep. Yep. This looks, vexy.
It looks like I think things are spawning. No, never mind. It's just weird looking. Okay.
This is the same. It's going back. That goes back.
I think I might have found your next mission.
I'm coming back.
Think being the keyword. Because I don't have it on my map. Over here.
Looks like it.
I don't know. That's why I had you open your map earlier, so I could get a location on the map and just kind of head in that direction.
Head in the general direction.
Yep. Just try to at least.
Bonk. Alright, we have a Matterport here. So...
I don't know if this is it.
Oh, wait! There's a subway over here.
Yeah. Is that where the thingy tells you? I
No,
know
it's
there's a
saying
mission
that it's up
activation
here.
Is this it?
Is it this? No. It's saying
No,
up.
that's not it. Saying up. I don't... I'm gonna check the subway, see if that takes us up.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it takes us where it takes us, I should say.
So this is a... thing. Nothing
I
in
think this took
there.
us up.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
I think being the keyword. Or at least took us somewhere up.
Somewhere up.
Yeah. Because it's having me go up.
And, yep, nope, I think this is the right way, because it's also saying, yep.
Yeah.
Yippee! We found kind of the way. Ugh! The lag spike.
Oh.
Activate.
Kind of found the way. Oh, I just heard a door open.
Yep, I opened the door. What the heck? Eh? Oh, it's open this way. I'm like looking and I'm like, wait, where's the marker going? Hi, Spark! Hello, friend.
Oh! I found an LZ beacon.
I am missing everything.
Yeah, if you come up here, you can spawn a new LZ.
Guardian, this is Mr.
Oh,
Ray.
nice.
I'm not really sure how to describe what I'm looking at.
This, I think.
A person. I think.
Nope, apparently you can't.
Mess.
Nope.
I guess you need to get further into the story, I guess.
Someone was killed. I'm not sure
Probably.
who. There isn't enough left to tell. I need to look around.
Do you need backup?
Someone
No,
got nerked.
Patrol the area. Cold-blooded murder isn't usually the House
You
of
got nerked?
Exile's MO, but I have a hard time believing the Vex would be this brutal.
Hi, Cora.
Alright,
Lodi,
gotta get
we've
back
got
in
another group of
here.
exiles. Though nothing seems out of the ordinary.
Oh, is that the
apart
direction
from,
you gotta go?
well,
Yep.
the normal exile abnormality.
I've got some semblance of a trail leading out of here. Take care of those guys. I'll touch base when I've got a lead.
Can we send it? There we go.
Okay, then I think, because we came through here before, I think this is the direction where we have to go to the left. This way.
It's this way.
Yeah, because we went the other way the first time, that's how we got confused.
Yeah. Oh! Now we got friends. Oh! Hello. You set me on
you go the other way?
fire. You rude person. Yep. It's really funny seeing the Shanks have little mohawks. I just noticed that. The pit Shanks.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm coming back.
Into the hole. I'll wait for you. I'm at the, thing. There's a lot of Corsairs here.
Hello.
Oh, well. I'm right by the, cave
Yeah.
entrance.
So this is the way we gotta go.
Yep.
I don't like this map. Oh, but we were just... What?
Well, there's a glowy ball right here, so... There's, like... a thing in the back? We got some froges.
Hello, Spark.
Oh, the store's open. Hi, You're not Lodi. There's just a person in here.
It could be, that's one of the people of this planet.
I know. Why are they in here? Oh.
Later mission. Spoilers.
I just walked in here, I'm like, okay, let's figure out stuff.
That you need a specific ability for.
Oh, okay.
Here, let's go try
That's
the other
funny. Oh my gosh, 10 frogs.
Jeez, frick. You wanna do your frogs real quick?
Yeah, let me do the frogs real quick since it's, semi-safe in here.
I'll cover you. And then I swiftly drown in enemies.
It's all of the enemies start spawning.
Yes.
Because Destiny's like, oh right, this room's supposed to be a boss room or something.
That would suck.
Your timer went out. Yeah, proceed to have fun in the torture pit.
This is what we call the hail pit.
Hail pit.
The boss is that cat from Madoka Magica.
Oh, Cube.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3,
That would
4,
suck.
5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're gonna do it like this. Just gonna do 8.
What did I wait? Why am I being accused of killing people with the plushies?
Yeah, it's Spark that's sending the plushies.
Yeah, it was Spark this time. Traitor.
There we go.
I feel
Alright.
betrayed. Nipple sniffle.
Okay, so some of the stuff that you say reminds me so much of one of my friends, Grimy. That was actually the friend that got me into D2.
I love D2. There are things I miss from D1 though.
Mm-hmm.
I had been playing for far, far too long.
You know what you did.
I don't know what I did, other than turn the big bad boss of the area into a statue. So for a bit of context, boss fight today in Dungeons & Dragons, I casted Prismatic Wall and then Hydraulic Torrent. Forcibly pushed him through said wall.
I'm gonna make my model a little bit smaller so I can start doing the stacking around plush.
It's only a matter of time before the lag catches you.
Hopefully not. Alright, it's
You know,
oh, whoops, I accidentally...
if you were one of the streamers that spoke in third person, I know exactly which words I would ban. Ban you from saying your own name.
Oh no. Yeah, no, there's a few streamers that do that, I know.
Yes, and it would be a delight to ban them from saying their own name and just watch them be so confused.
Like, what am I supposed to say here? We just have a frog in the middle of the thing. Hang on, let me fix that. Item settings.
Is this murder? No.
I just hear Similaris in my ears and got jump scared by him.
That's my fault. I did that. I have been saving points. I have 1,500 more points. I will one day become like Star is, and you will fear. You will know truth.
I fear. I do truly fear,
Star has much power.
Star stuff, yeah. Let's see here. It's one of the yellows. I think it's this one.
I have rock candy.
Okay, that's the wrong one. So we'll have to add another yellow frog.
I feel like the strand weapon almost looks like a hive weapon.
It does kind of look like a hive weapon.
Specifically, Savathun's a Savathun weapon.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we need two yellow frogs. because I deleted 2.
Oh, I've never noticed that. It has moving pieces that rise up when I aim at a friend.
Ooh. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stick that frog right there. There we go.
The reason I like
And
this
there
is
we go.
I hate it because it basically has a Lumina ability, but I love it because it has more shots. But Lumina has the advantage of Blessing of Sky.
Yeah. There we go. Alright. Let me hot swap back over to controller. There we go. Alrighty.
Let us try the other path.
Oh, wait, actually, no. It is in here. I don't know why.
It is?
Yeah, it is in here.
I got lost.
Because there's the, requires completion bubble here. There's a thing right here for some reason.
That is a treasure.
Oh, wait!
There's no Oh!
Where's the ball?
I don't know. It's over here. It's literally right next to it. Oh, why? It won't let me touch it. Oh.
Is it
It's shielded.
It's shielded, but it's not at the same time.
You try shocking it. Maybe it'll let you.
Maybe?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't.
I think it's because
we're
the
here
thing loaded in the wrong spot. Wait, there's a thingy right up here. Requires matter morph. Hang on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that?
No, that's matter spark. Matter morph is the next ability.
Ah.
Mm.
I love how they just keep on coming in every so often.
Mhm.
Just making sure you guys are alive. Here's your AFK, check.
Reminder.
Oh, wait. This one's also like that, so...
Are we in the area you need to be?
There's a thing that says... There's a thing right here. Because there's a... Requires completion of nearby encounter. So there's an encounter here. Close by.
Wait a minute. Do you pull this lever?
Where is it?
I have no clue where you are. There you are. This one.
No, I cannot. At least it's not, telling me to. Yeah, because this is it. A moderation club being started on Twitch. Interesting.
I think the requires completion of the area. Because I don't even have that.
Maybe it's something to do with this area? Through the thing we go. Soupway. Oh, wait!
Nope.
I hear friends that are not so friendly. Okay.
Wait. I was gonna say, yeah, I just saw this icon. The icon on this door, did it? No, it's over there. Okay. It's over there.
So, go up to here.
I wish
goes
I could
over here.
track whatever mission you're doing.
Yeah, that would be nice. I feel like you're in the mission with the person.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still saying that it's back here. Why is it showing it? Is it on the other side of this door?
Yeah, I think it is.
And it loops around?
Oh wait! I think I know how to get over there. That is the
there...
inside of one of the tunnels. One of the bunkers. Where is it? I think I know how to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all coming back to me.
Teleport. Oh no! I thought I was falling into the pit.
Right there.
Into here.
Where is it? There was a door. There it is.
Wait, where did it go?
Hallway. Just behind you.
Hallway.
This it? No. Maybe? No. I don't think this is it. Unless... if I remember correctly, there's another path over here.
Oh wait. No. You're going this way. This is the one area, because I remember this puzzle. This is like the start area.
Oh, because see, this takes us to the other side of this window.
Oh, wait!
See? Other side of the window.
Yeah!
But I don't know if this is the right room. Yeah, because it just takes us back around. Where are we supposed to be going? So it wants us to go down, right?
Yeah. Want us to go down. Grab the relocator.
And it wants us to
Over
go
here. That. Go into here. Over.
Which way, left or right?
Right. Right? No. Yeah. No. Yeah,
Well,
this
so
is
which
right.
way is it telling? This way.
This way.
Yeah. Has this been activated?
This way.
And it wants us to come up.
Come up. Say hi to the, to these guys. Go down into here.
And it just brings us right back here.
Into here. Yeah.
What are we supposed to do in here? Because this is hard light.
Hang on, let me try... Hey, hold up, there's something in that window. There's a... Oh, wait, that's the thingy that we were just in. Okay.
Yes.
I feel like there's something we have to do with this. Let me waddle over here. Not that. There's nothing in here. There's just a dude chilling in there. Nothing with this. Can't go into the subway with the ball. Can't turn those on with the ball. Unless we've ran into a fabled Beyond Light, or not Beyond Light, one of the fabled bugs of the expansion.
No. Which quest is this supposed to be?
This is the Outer Steps Strangelet.
Find the
I don't know, what the heck?
relocator at the mission flag in the outer steps. Look for the research building on the left, guarded by a brig and a corsair.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a brig up there?
I don't remember. I know that there was like a butt ton of
No.
corsairs.
There's no... Yeah, there's corsairs, but there's no brig up here.
Is it like deeper?
I do not know. No, that's going down just kills you, by the looks of it.
Any thingies?
Oh, there's the brig!
Oh! Just had to stay out here for long enough. Oh no!
Hi.
I used Needle Storm and, fell into the pit. Yeah, I'm coming. Double well in it! Where did he go? Oh. Did we kill him?
The brig. I killed
Oh,
the brig
cool.
as you died.
An eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Equal, what is it?
Pick up
Equal-
the relocator nearby.
Okay, there's a
Okay, so-
relocator.
Find the relocator. Head to the mission, which is guarded by a brig and corsairs. Pick up the relocator weapon nearby. Locate the cracked door on the side of the building. I think this is the right one that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. So, cracked door. Wait. In here. Oh, there's a bunch of dudes in here now.
Yeah, they respawn. Unless now we've triggered the event.
Might have triggered
that
it.
captain! Oh, that captain's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, that's what I was
So
saying.
we had a fabled glitch.
Cool. I love games with glitches.
Yeah.
I have learned to be chill with glitches in games. Really wish they
Yeah.
weren't, but at this point it's part of their charm.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Like Bugframe.
Bugframe. Yeah, but Bugframe's never left early access, technically.
True, true. Give me your captain.
Okay, he's invincible
Bonk.
at the moment. Hey, we've actually triggered the other thing too.
Okay, I activated something. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's one on the other side of the room.
Yeah, there's one over here. There we go.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
And now he's vulnerable.
Hey, pay attention to me. Not my buddy.
I love how you're just running around him, zapping him.
Yep. And then there's a thing here.
Oh, it's so the thingy that was it was treasure.
Oh, it was treasure?
Yeah. The complete activity.
Uh-huh. Ooh. Collect loot.
Guardian, I've located
Yippee.
Dr. Carnahan. She's safe, but she's shaken. Understandably.
If she's safe, then what you saw at the outpost.
Yeah. Her assistant.
Ah!
is budding linguist. He didn't
What?
deserve this.
So I have a feeling we weren't supposed to come in here just yet, but...
In fairness, some of the stuff is locked behind later steps of the campaign path.
Dr. Carnan...
Oh.
Carnahan... Yeah, Carnahan acknowledges you with a respectful nod, despite her severe demeanor. Anomaly blessed, I am grateful to see you here. Some Eliskni broke into my lab and killed my assistant, my friend. You hear the shake of anger and grief in her voice. She continues, they stole a valuable piece of technology. I know stopping the exiles that did this won't bring him back, but the technology they stole will do so much more damage in the wrong hands. Return it to me, please.
Carnahan asked us to find a piece of technology that the House of Exiles stole
Oh,
when her
whoops.
assistant was murdered.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm totally
Guardian,
pushing you.
there's something here you need to
That's
get
fine.
closer to
I
the
was
singularity.
nibbling on rock candy. I'm
sending
sorry.
you some coordinates.
Oh, you're good.
Do these make any
Ooh,
sense
rock
to you?
candy.
I take it
Yeah, I
these
got
are from
orange
now.
right now.
Ooh,
I have
tasty.
to assume so.
I like orange
Unless the
flavors.
guys
I like
blankly
citrus in
programmed
general.
me a trigger phrase before
Citrus
I
is
left.
nice.
Mission morphology.
Lemons aren't natural. They're man-made.
Yeah. Yeah. I like, yeah, aren't they
Life
like a
never
lime?
gave us lemons.
I like lemon. Lemon,
I do too.
yuzu. All the flavor. All of the citrusy, sharp
I
sharp
bet I can make you jealous.
citrusy.
I have a glass bottle Fanta on my desk right now.
I love Fanta.
Yeah.
There's a,
We're looking for a member of the House of Exile. My hunch.
there was a, like,
My
old-timey,
guess is the technology that was taken is on its way to the Archon as we speak.
like, general store,
Mm-hmm.
where I used to live down south, that me and a friend of mine would go and get, like, old-timey candy,
Yeah.
glass bottle sodas.
That's our thief. We'll need to move fast.
It was every once in a while. He's
Half an
running.
hour from my house, there's a general store that sells and it has entire shelves of glass bottle soda.
Same. It was great.
Does exactly what it says in the package. It can take any matter and break down its molecules in an alarmingly
The
short amount of
metamorph.
time.
We've seen how easily Mattermorph can kill. It's too unstable for someone like the Archon to wield.
There we go.
Think fast, Chuckle Nut.
Exercise caution. She's carrying delicate cargo. I'm not sure how resilient this technology will be to a stray Nova Bomb.
If this tech works as well as it sounds like it does, it'll be
Nova
a big
Bomb?
problem in the wrong hands.
Nova Bomb.
What are we supposed to
Go,
do?
my children.
Destroy
That's
the
what I'm
shields.
trying to figure out. Yeah.
How
This-
do we... Ow! Right there. And then smack her with the arc charges. Got it.
Ikora, the thief just dropped
Yippee!
a bunch of Ionian artifacts. Lodi said the lab had been ransacked. They must have taken more than just Mattermorph. But why drop the stolen goods?
Hospitality, Deathless. Those who trust the giver.
Oh, that's a cool nickname.
Gifts.
The Archon. Ikora, our thief's being controlled.
And he's claiming hospitality? After trying to make all of our problems worse?
The Archon calling us deathless.
Mm-hmm. It's great, isn't it?
Uh-huh. I mean, that's a good nickname for the Guardians. For
Agreed.
anything that's not humanity. Where did it go? Where did this guy go? Oh, he's over here. He's just dropping artifacts. He's throwing stuff at us. This guy's so weird. This Archon dude.
Yeah.
Hello, Pumpkin! Welcome, welcome, hun! I'm not as attentive to chat as I normally would be, because
Boss fight.
boss fight and trying to figure out where this guy is.
Return the stolen technology, and no one else needs to get hurt.
I'm doing pretty good.
You hear the deathless make false promises. Nothing appeases their greed as they vie for the giver's blessing. Extinction fated deathless. You have the sympathies of the House of Exile.
Zap.
Frog.
Oh, a frog. Oh no.
The
They're piling up.
frogs. They are starting to pile up. Mm-hmm. Alright, so we need a matter bit.
I love that statement. Here
There
you're
we go.
fighting Zeus himself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'd rather not fight Zeus, because God knows where that goes if I lose.
Oh, well? I can see you
But
over
who
there.
knows? The problems of the Greek pantheon would have been solved if Zeus just stayed at home.
Yeah? Okay, so we keep turning that on to get more thingies.
He ran already.
Oh, he already ran?
Yeah, he already ran.
Oh, okay.
You smacked him pretty hard, and he ran away.
He dropped his gifts and ran.
Yeah. I have no clue.
These
sir.
dropped artifacts aren't gifts. The Archon's trying to lighten the load to make a quicker escape.
He seems as fortunate as he is reckless.
Why is
The
it...
Mattermorph was just a deadly coincidence.
Robbed a house, found a nuke. All it takes is one wrong judgment call and the exiles could level Kepler.
Must be below.
Yeah, you gotta go find the Mattermorph right there and then drop down.
Yep. Let me grab Metamorph. Where is it? There it is. 3 frogs! Once we're done with this, in particular mission, I'll, add the frogs to the collection.
Hello there.
Hello there.
I have fallen in love with this grenade launcher.
True, true. Gosh, Tanix. Doesn't he come up like multiple times?
Which boss?
Tanix.
Yeah. And he's wanted dead for multiple reasons.
I mean... That's understandable. Alright, so there is a hole here that is closed. There's another one.
That's closed. I have no clue.
Oh, wait! And there's a relocator here.
We do that Kepler isn't stable. How can we help your people?
There is no.
Oh, we have to go this way.
The Vask is prophecy blessed.
Oh, wait,
Lo, my
ow.
exiles, I see with
Ow.
my eyes
Ow.
the giver's feast. The rim of
You okay?
soul bent. Exiles
Captain
triumph.
shot at me.
The deathless
Ah.
Found the way.
and dead.
I found the way and the captain shot at me while I was trying to deal with the
Do you
mines.
think 3 is going to
Yeah, you,
It's
you
not
need to
too
read
bad.
Gator.
Alright.
Let the world
I got it.
swallow all and tear through the eternal unknown.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Or it's not that way.
There's not... There's mostly lore spoilers. I would say with this one. There's not any spoilers for the light and dark. Oh, wait! Thingy.
What?
There's a thingy in the corner. So I think... There we go. Yippee!
Nice spot.
Intrusive
spot.
thoughts and DMs, oh no.
Oh, raid banner time.
Raid banner. Yeah, let me check
try
Discord
for
real
it.
quick.
Is that her Archon's
Before we
You drop all that
wanna do
junk and
try to
go
do
from
double
there.
banner?
Yeah. Ready?
Ready? 1,
3,
2.
2, 1, go. Damn.
Dang.
the grand design?
Double banner is always hard to do intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's not playing with a full deck. There is
Both aren't too bad.
I've started Renegade and it is just mwah. It's a lot better than I was expecting. Are you laughing at me?
No. Spark sometimes sends me intrusive thoughts.
Oh. And is it amusing intrusive thought?
Yes.
Should I be concerned?
Nah. Alright, I'm gonna grab our frogs real quick.
Yeah, frog time.
Frog time. Few frogs
Frogs
before we go into combat. The froges. We will eventually get above the waist. With froge. There we go. I like how there's one that's just peeking out from beneath everything. Yes, the froge army grows.
Froge army goes, Bumpy asked if you're using Mata, and that you're an Arc Warlock. Apparently you're rare.
I am running that with not Arc, but
Prismatic.
Prismatic, yeah. Prismalock.
Yep, Prismalock. I personally, even when I'm playing with Momo, run either straight Strand or straight Solar myself. Oh no, I also have been playing with what's it called? Void.
I
because
normally
of,
run
been playing with-
Solar or Prisma.
Yeah, I love Solar. Because of playing with you, I managed to get my hands on the Briar Band. So
Oh,
I've been
heck
running
yeah.
Void.
Nice.
I don't know, but playing with you got me a lot of luck, and I got a couple of artifacts that have let me play my friend builds.
Oh, heck yeah! See? I'm a lucky charm.
Yes, you are.
Alrighty, boss
Did you
time.
Did you rally?
Yep.
Okay.
Whoa! Well,
Ow.
I fell into the hole.
Oh. Ah. Could be worse. Ah, he evaporated in front of you. I love the unraveling of people.
Same. Alright, that's one. Lag. Okay, so that dropped the arc charges we need.
Yep, which we need to smack him. I got him with one.
Yep.
Smacked him with my super.
Oh! servitors behind me. I'm just gonna mow down everything with my with my machine gun.
Oh, he's immune.
Just another Corsair. Reload.
He's immune.
It doesn't have to be this way. On Earth, Elixni and humans live in peace. They have homes, plentiful food sources, fellowship.
Dropped another gift.
They practice sacrilege of the highest order. They have no place in grand design.
Down another hole.
Watched.
Oh heck yeah! Wolf Mom loadout. I thought I wasn't close enough.
Slum loadout? What's that?
Oh, Wolf Mom. For Warframe. Varuna Prime. If you ever hear me call, say Wolf Mommy, that's Varuna.
Fair enough.
Yep, I was a Tenno before I was, or not, I was a Guardian before I was a Tenno,
Interesting.
is what I've been saying.
To that pile. Guardian, let's invest.
But my main game I normally play is, Warframe. Warframe and Soulframe. Oh. Use matter morph. Oh! Rude. Ah!
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't realize you were on the platform.
Yeah, I was in the platform. Oh, he's in here.
Yes.
He is no longer in here.
Archon Labask, a member of your house is dead by your misjudgment. Open up the way to the singularity. No one else has to die.
What is sapient life, if not bodies? Fell 6 was necessary. Defeat is victory in the eyes beyond time.
He shut off his channel. A leader so obsessed with the hold he has on the sacrifice his entire
Okay, so
paltry slice of power.
it's from a slight joke I made about
Shotgun trying to convince us he's behind the wheel.
oh. Wait, huh?
I don't know how we're supposed to get out.
It's saying so I think we were supposed to blast this out. Oh no.
Nope. Okay, it was just a mission.
Yeah.
Wait, mission.
Is
that
the
was a
wait
mission.
for mission to time out? Oh heck yeah. Helmuth thing. I'm gonna definitely be playing. Oh! We leaving? Wait, did I get knocked into the thing?
Probably.
Looks like we're leaving out of here.
You got shoved because we loaded on top of enemies.
Mm-mm. Okay, so we might have to actually go back in.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, if I had a nickel for every time we've loaded into enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we gotta go talk to this person. Uh-huh. Yeah, Ember Heirloom is very pretty. I liked, not Verona. Valkyr's heirloom the best. Anomaly blessed. Thank you for reclaiming the stolen technology. In any other circumstance, I would destroy it. Let it live among our failures. But perhaps there is still some good to be done with it. I entrust it to you. Favorite frame. I main Dante and Noko.
Pull of gravity stolen. Directed.
I think I follow.
Oh.
Who's doing the stealing?
The mycelial priest.
Please grab the thing.
The Archon.
Yeah.
You're
Gotta
saying
grab the
Archon's
thing.
getting the power of the
Oh,
Nine
wait.
somehow? And that's why he's so dangerous?
Yes.
I got the thing.
His grand
Oh, you got the thingy?
design smells of unknown space. This giver did not give gifts willingly.
Yippee!
It's a weird matter potato.
I spoke with Dean Rebecca about Kepler's
Matter
degradation
potato.
status. With the strangelets,
matter
we've
potato.
been able to keep the altar of relativity
Potato.
stable, but
It
not
looks
going
like
to be enough
Basically
to get us through it to 3.
it looks like a
It's
mushroom.
stranded. You
Give them a
basically.
stronger source of power.
You know,
What options do we
I
have
can't
on a
argue
planet
that.
as remote as Kepler?
Hey, you just took a
Sounds like
shot
these
at me, you
folks have been
jerk.
relying on
Here,
some
you can have the
shaky
weird
generators.
potato.
Rude.
House of Exile took over their power plant
Here,
in
you can have
their
the potato
stead.
too.
Then
Little bit of potato.
stable power.
Everybody gets a potato.
Guardian, you take point. Head to that plant to see what can be done to remove the exile threat and get it up and running again. A strangelet.
Go, my stranded children.
Glad to have
You got
you
the
along,
green
and
potato.
good to know.
Green
We'll help
potato.
the Ionians
Said the
make a few
outer
steps
steps
closer to reaching
strandlet.
the 9.
Yep.
Which means possibly this way?
Yep. We are going the correct way. I like Titania. I like Titania for, getting through speed areas. Like, if I'm doing a, like, the Ayatan treasures, or actually a lot of the mastery quests I've done with, Titania.
Same.
Just because she's a good all-arounder. Alrighty. Charge!
Banzai? I love Titania's ability. If you build her right, you can fly for almost ever.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, the deer ornament.
I love Speaker Sight, but I personally much prefer my Promethean Spires.
Our purpose here is twofold.
I think one of my favorite exotics for, like, drip-wise is probably the Dawnsinger one. Or not Dawnsinger, but, the solar robes that help the sword lock fly longer.
Swallow your tremor. We are being observed by the 9. I will try to find them.
Forget what it's
Stay
called.
safe, Warren, and stay focused, Guardian. There's a strangelet here that was taken by the exiles. Securing it will get the Guardian through to 3.
Ooh, heck yeah. I like the solar.
Ikora,
I use the blade solar. I forget what it's called.
You'll need to tap into the reactor's kernel interface.
I think it might be Dawnsinger.
Simple reboot sequence. Proceed with caution. The temperature is a limbo.
I think that's just the subclass's name. Thinking on it. Yeah, Dawnblade. Okay, that's the weird one. Okay, there's that. So we need this. Or yeah, Daybreak.
Yep.
Oh,
I zapped it.
you did zap it. There's another
I
one.
just didn't want to interrupt you while you were talking.
You're good. Activate reactor.
Okay, I'm still getting unstable power readings. It's not enough to totally reboot the system, but we've opened a door leading to another power source. Follow that cable, Guardian.
It's them. Damn it, it's still them.
Hey, look,
It's
treasure.
always them.
There is potatoes.
The potatoes are for later.
Ah. Well, I went ahead and
Yeah.
knocked the thingies off.
That's fine. Oh no, they reset after a while.
Ah, I see.
I got the zappy for the loot.
Yep. Ball.
Bull.
Sublimation.
Sublimation. That's just a fun word.
Uh-huh.
Guardian, I'm
A lot of the names are interesting.
Oh yeah.
Trending and fleeting, met with primeval victory.
Like Last Word,
set in
Hawk
motion to
Moon.
vivify.
Who are
Another
you?
fun word.
The game. Keep
Two.
eyes on the field.
What?
Bank every
Oh.
mote. Instructions given and heeded. The Drifter's Hall arriving. We hope you prepared help. Did you pay attention, Guardian?
That's unnerving.
Bank every moat.
Moat.
Why does that sound familiar?
Gambit.
Gambit.
I think I'm stuck.
Are you... I have no clue where you're going.
I don't either.
Over here. Come on. Keep going. And you come up, and then you jump here.
Oh, I see now.
I think you ran out.
There we go. Back in.
Mine's about to run out too. Oh no.
Guardian down.
I was trying to figure out how to get out of here.
I almost made it out. You gotta go up that ramp,
Up the ramp,
and then hop
hop, and then through hole?
through hole.
Through hole.
Hole, try finger. Not apologizing.
I love Elden Ring.
Elden Ring's great. Look, dog! Next
Wait,
to turtle.
doggo?
No,
Oh.
no. Look, dog. Next to the turtle.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that because didn't they have the turtles be called dogs at one point? That leads to death.
No? I don't think this is
Pretty
the way.
sure there's like smaller turtles that get called dog. Or
I think
named
I've led
dog.
you in the wrong direction.
I think it's over here. Yep.
Oh, okay. So I led you in the wrong direction partially, and I'm a die
Semi.
now.
Incoming.
Bye.
Oh no!
you all right.
I missed the jump.
Can see why you left.
I can't get you.
I wanted my freedom back.
You're a little
Well, of
too
course
low
not.
for
Well,
me.
bit of
I
acid.
knew I was signing it away, but what
Are
I
you
got
calling
in
me
return
short?
wasn't worth it.
No! I'm saying it because you fell into a hole.
Earned my own nose. They scraped me out.
I have range, but I don't have that kind of range.
But you have magical girl powers. Surely you can reach me.
Kid with the nicer voices. My freedom was worth the price.
All guardians are just magical girls.
I hate it. I hate that I love it. You're not wrong.
You hate that I'm right.
You're not wrong. Surprised that I'm not using Quicksilver Storm. I don't remember what Quicksilver Storm is.
Isn't Quicksilver Storm the machine gun that fires rockets every so
Oh
often?
yeah, Quicksilver. I don't mind Quicksilver, but I'm actually. Am I using a exotic weapon right now? I don't remember. What is a biromantic? Biromantic means that I find both men and women attractive, but I am not sexually attracted to them. like I want to cuddle this person over have kids with them.
I'm going to cuddle you so hard that you explode. I have no clue where the fuck we're supposed to go. Alright, never mind, I figured it out. What is that piece? Nyom.
Yeah.
I am speed.
Speed. Oh no. How do I get up there? Oh, I see how we get up there now.
I was gonna say, there is a panel on the wall.
Here's like a little stack of boxes, and then into here, into the hole. Guardian, just like, why do we have to enter other states of matter consistently? Like, more times than not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go. Activate generator.
We're activating another power source.
It's not enough
Alright.
to bring the reactor fully online. There has to be another around here somewhere. Orin, as far as I'm concerned, the Nine ignored every single one of our existential threats in
Over
recent
here?
memory. Gaul, the Hive Pantheon, the Witness, none of them warranted extra-dimensional intervention?
Oh, they intervened. You'll just never know. Everything you listed happened because the Nine allowed it.
I'll just never know. If you make bold claims without proof, you'll start speaking like the Archon.
I can see their temporal fingerprints on the Guardian,
I'm gonna return to the
Lodi.
reactor.
on Drifter, on me,
We return to the
and
reactor.
on you, Ikora.
We need a
The
matter
feeling
port.
you get around the trains? This isn't a coincidence. It's a show of force.
I've been around long enough to know when I've been manipulated.
Guardian, are you paying attention?
Why does everybody keep on saying, Guardian, are you paying attention? Yes!
Calm down. No need to get so angry.
They're literally jingling keys the Guardian.
Meow.
Down.
Thank you, Ghost, for letting me know that Estrella fell down another hole.
So Momo,
Uh-huh.
you're biromantic, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean you can't give a straight answer?
Yes. I mean, I do anyways, but...
I heard the smile up.
Oh, wait. Hold. Hold.
I'm
Back
so
into
sorry.
here. I love it.
I like terrible jokes.
Okay, that one's sealed off. This one's
that
also
one's sealed
sealed
off?
off. Oh, whoops, I fell. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Yeah, no, it's literally like, Guardian, are you listening? Make sure you're listening, Guardian. Guardian.
Strangle the motherfucker.
Where are we supposed to go?
Oh, was the thingy sealed off over there?
Yeah, everything was sealed off in there.
Oh, fuck. I killed myself again.
Guardian, down.
So there's Gull right there. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Yeah, no, that's what it feels like. I mean, to be fair. To be fair, some things in Destiny you do need the jingly keys.
Yep. Oh, I found it.
Oh. So I found a
need
door
to-
that opened.
Wait, what?
Remember the big room that we were in?
Yeah. Were we dumb? We were
Possibly.
blind, weren't we? Yeah, we were
Possibly.
blind. This is... So apparently neither of us have the brain cell.
Nope. The brain cell's
Oh,
going
why?
to ghost. To our ghosts. I'm
Oh,
sorry for
yeah.
shooting you in the back of the head.
Oh, is that what that was? Like,
Yeah. I was just tickling you with my my submachine gun.
I had to slide under the door. Wee.
Whee! Destiny has its own fun movement.
Eyes up, Guardian. Here's the source of all the trouble.
Not anymore. Well, not the moment. Activate the reactor. Locate the second generator.
Which is over this way, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
That's flooded.
Oh, it's over that way.
Oh!
They've wronged you, Orin. That much is clear. But their interference in the larger affairs of Soul seems minimal.
How about on your cohort? The Hall?
Jingle, jingle,
That
jingle.
hideous thing dragging behind the Drifter's ship? The Nine gave it to
Dingle,
him.
dingle.
Potatoes.
Didn't say what for. He tell you it's reacting to Kepler.
Yes. He was almost uncharacteristically
Uh,
forthcoming with that
Okay,
information.
one of us has to have
He's
the
got the
relocator, the other
situation
has
under
to have the
control.
thing. Which one do you want?
You don't
I
understand.
can pick up the relocator.
I'm trying to.
Okay. I will go grab matter, whatever. The potato.
The potato.
Okay. Ah, I bumped
Potato.
myself off. Okay. You have to shoot the thing to your left. See it?
Yeah. Oh no.
Just trust me.
Oh, whoops.
It's above you. There you go.
Correct? Yes.
Shoot it again.
Oh, I had it.
I gotta go get
And
the potato
then...
again.
Yeah. There we go. Should be able to come right
Oh.
through.
Okay.
Oh, no, never mind.
Ow.
You're gonna have to shoot it again.
Yep. Okay.
Ooh, Lumina! Heck yeah. That's what, Estrella here runs is, full heal lock sometimes.
Yes, and I love my full heal lock.
Guardian down.
I wish I could come and get you.
You're fine, you're fine. I fucked up. I should have been following very quickly behind.
You're good.
I think it's broken somewhere.
Oh, I did move it, so maybe it's that.
Maybe?
Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
Welcome. We got friends on the other side of the door.
The power source is
Yeah, I
online.
found that out with
We
a
need to
grenade at
activate
my
it before
feet.
the exiles cause more trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, healers are always great to have around.
Oh, absolutely. I need to pull your chat back up. Because I actually tapped it. I love my Lumina. I also have the assembler boots to go with it. It is a treat to do.
Well,
But if I have during raids, I much prefer Promethean spurs.
I forget what I normally run during raids. I just kind of run whatever, I guess.
Just run whatever you can, really. It comes down to find out what clicks with you the best and clicks with your group.
Because you can like
I
easily trade out your weapons for depending on what you're doing too.
Oh yeah.
As long as you're not like running a challenge run, like trying to get like a big thing. Hello, Vandal.
Oh, see.
Bunk. Alright. Is there another Matterport thing?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm coming. Chargy. Yeah, there is boots for Lumina.
Yeah, the Lumina boots are currently on Zerg. That's where I picked them up, ironically.
If I remember right, they're gonna when the 9th comes around, they're gonna make him daily, isn't he?
Yes, because they're not gonna be doing any more updates.
Yeah.
Oh, over here. Like.
I think it's up here. Ah, I see.
No.
Not over here?
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, no updates, Sag. Yeah, there's the Matterport. Here. Activate the second generator. It's pointing up.
Yeah, nope, that's not working.
Unless there's a hole. I'm checking to see if there's any, like, entrances in. Oh! What did I die to?
I don't even know. Oh, the turn back thing.
Oh, huh? You didn't see it.
If you get high enough, the kill box.
Oh, okay. Because I saw a hole on top of that thing. The great thing. But I think that's just to... Oh, wait. You're gonna laugh.
Yeah, that didn't pop up for me.
That didn't either.
Again, neither of us have the brain cell.
Nope. Like I said, Ghost has it. Our ghosts have the brain cell.
Yeah, we're... Oh, I can't say that. You haven't found that out yet. Oh, I'm gonna love when you find that out. I really want to be in call when you learn the new nickname.
Nor am I trying to minimize your struggle for freedom, Warren. You said we came to Kepler at the Nine's behest. So far, all I've seen is a planet on the brink of annihilation unless we do something to stop this black hole.
Potato.
Where is the intervention?
It already happened. The Nine collected their tax. On the Drifter's Hall, on Lodi's gift, on the Guardian's calibration. On you, Hikora. We just haven't seen it yet. I'm sorry.
Trying to make sure you're coming along, because I don't want to leave you.
Yeah, we're doing good. Though, we are getting a bunch of stuff come the 9th. We're gonna be eating good for a while, and hopefully...
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully the Insurgents of Guardians coming to say goodbye will help, you know, show, hey, we do still want this world.
Yeah, I don't, like, yeah, a lot of us left, but I don't think any of us want to give it up and lose it.
Exactly. Potato!
We need Zappy Zappy.
We need Zaps.
Yeah. Or not a Zappy, a relocator cannon. Ew. Where is the relocator cannon?
There's also that. Oh, wait. Hang on. Bring the ball.
Bull.
Ball.
Oh.
'Cause this thing. Oh no.
I got
There
it.
we go. Yo, clutch!
Can you get the...
Are you stuck in there?
The animation of putting the ball in has crammed. Oh my! I am down to 1 hit point.
Oh my god! Frogs! I'm crying!
It didn't even
Where did you go? Did you get put between the rock and the cliff?
Yes, it pinned me inside the rock.
Oh, that was so good. Everything the architects does to kill us, and the rock getting placed up against other rock doesn't do anything.
No, it almost killed me. It absolutely almost. The moment you freed me, it dropped me to no hit points.
We need the purple thing.
Relocator. Yeah, the relocator. You know that single iframe of invulnerability you get when your barrier drops? That's what kept me from dying.
Oh my gosh. So good.
Oh, I found the first pylon.
Oh?
Yeah, it's back here at the back. We need a roller boy.
Yeah, we need the purple thingy. There's a path over here. So.
Yay! I'm gonna go activate the first pylon. Oh, my cheeks hurt so much from laughing so hard at that. I have never, for the life of me, ever glitched that.
Oh, this is back the way we came.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
my
too
cheeks.
good.
It was just perfect.
Oh, we got friends.
Yep. I have murdered half of them, I think. Here's some healing.
Here's one up here. There we go. This is what happens when a couple warlocks are more Titan coded.
Yeah, that's not wrong. Where is the relocator?
That is a good question. Where is this thing? I'm gonna grab the potato and see if there's like anything.
That's actually a good response, because the one over there that you're heading towards right now, that one is for the little ball mode, but the way for that is inside through here, which means we need a relocator.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like this broke?
Possibly. Is there a way to get the ball again? To dunk it?
I don't think so.
Wait.
What?
I found it.
Oh, we're blind, aren't we?
Yep.
Damn.
I
Okay,
found it.
so I need to grab rollerball then. Roller dope.
Rock and
Okay,
roll.
you wanna come over here and shoot the thingy inside of here?
Because there's this one.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Now try it. Try it now. I had to fix the yellow one outside. It worked.
That work? Yippee! Let me
laser
grab
grid down.
potato.
Yep, I have I have matter spark.
Yep. I'll grab potato. And toss. And I missed. Come on, grab potato.
The potato lasts multiple rounds, by the way. It's on
Oh.
a timer. Okay, I'm good.
Hi, friends.
You strung that one Corsair up.
Yep. There we go. And then activate generator.
That's the last power source available on the grid. I'm hoping it'll be
Heck
able to
yeah.
cycle the power and get
Loot
the reactor
time.
up and running
Good
again.
time.
We need
Aura's perspective
the
is
roller.
eerie. The nine are either completely detached or so involved they overtake your life. I think I'm feeling that dread Ikora was talking about. Let's get out of here. Fast.
Yippee!
Yippee! Loot.
Yeah, the nine are a little sketchball.
I mean, that is definitely a word for it.
You can make the warlock version of Weezers.
They've changed the fate of the
Weezers?
universe.
Oh, we
They
need
chose
small.
to be here.
Small ball.
Each choice,
Ball.
right, trial, wasn't absent an organizer. Do you know you comply with instructions you don't know exist? From the moment you arrived on Kepler, you've marked coincidence after coincidence. Happenstance, serendipity, the brush of spiderweb against your cheek
Oh,
may
whoops.
as well be chiseled
You fell,
slabs to
I'm
the
guessing?
line.
Yep. I keep forgetting about the fly. What?
You can't use the dash in here. You have to land on that middle platform.
I see.
Yes.
I might die here. Mourn me.
You don't feel like suffering the same fate. If yours was running out, mine was about to be.
Yeah, because I did it after. Wait, I did it after.
I have no clue. It might be because I'm further. Mine just lasts longer.
True. Alright, so
Apparently,
I
if you
have
hold
to...
the jump button, you can go further. It would also help if I was facing the right way.
Yeah, you do kind of go a little bit further. If I time it right, I might be able to clear it.
It might help if you aim sideways.
Possibly.
Aim, face the wall, and then just jump sideways.
Yeah, that feels a little bit better. Uh-oh. Hello.
You know,
Let's do this. Let's see how many times it takes Momo to complete a jump puzzle. This is will not be the only time this happens. I should state I am really bad at jump puzzles because I have really poor depth perception. That did not work. What the heck? could swear I jumped onto the side.
Is that the
Here.
path you have to go up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Woo!
You're gonna hate me?
Uh-huh.
I found another way.
Heh. Bleh.
You're gonna hate me, but I found another way.
Let me grab the ball. And then I'll follow
I
ya.
need the ball as well. Yeah. Mine was about out too. Nyom. Ah, I hate that lip right there.
Let me in!
Gonna bounce.
There we go.
Nyom. Yeah, we're both stupid.
I mean... Yeah.
Aren't the warlocks supposed to be the smart ones?
Supposed to be. Not are.
We're Titan coded.
Yeah. Like I said, Ghost has the brain cells.
It's why the Praxis Order hates us.
Uh-huh. Banner. 1, 2.
Damn.
Ah.
I was trying to, what is it, it seems to happen when both players are just in the mindset to hit the banner.
Yeah.
I've noticed. You wanna come activate the thingy?
large
Oh,
contingent
hi,
awaits me
friend.
shanks as
You have a
approaching.
barrier.
They seem drawn to the central reactor now that it's producing an energy signal.
I'm kinda glad that we don't have, Exploder Shanks.
Yeah.
I love how that just, went specifically to 1. Okay, where do I dunk this?
Oh, you have the ball? Bring it here.
Yeah, I got the ball.
Bring
There
it
you
here,
go.
darling.
I'm coming over. Ball.
Up there.
Where? Oh.
Up.
Oh no!
Momo and jump puzzles do not mix.
No, it does. No, we do not. It's because I overjudge things.
That's fair.
Because, you know, half blind. There we go.
Oh, really?
I have really bad stigmatism, so if things are moving really quickly,
Oh, fair.
I have really poor, focusing in and out.
Oh, okay. I have astigmatism too. I don't have it nearly that bad.
Yeah, it's so bad that it's really hard for me to drive.
Oh god, no. I love the freedom that is driving.
I used to love driving, but between that and my, my right side rolling tremors, it does not go well.
No.
Do some, add clear here. Real quick.
Bull. I have the bull.
You got bull?
I got bull. I want to go punch this shank with it.
Another ball.
One of us needs to activate the matter charge. You want me? You want to do the jump puzzle, or do you want me?
I'll let you do it. We'll switch
Okay,
off.
I need you. I was gonna say I need you to activate the matter morph.
Where's the matter morph? In this room again?
Right next to me.
Right next to you? Okay.
Yep.
I'm coming around.
Punching enemies to death while carrying the arc orbs is fun.
Uh-huh. So it's right by you. Where? Oh, right.
Potato.
Matter morph, not the,
Yeah. We need to find the green one. It's over there. Okay. Meow. Why is it not activating? Oh, it's not this one? Oh, what? Apparently, it wants me to use that ball.
Huh!
Apparently.
Let me grab a second Metamorph charge, just in case.
Activated.
Cool
Now where does-
beans.
Now where does this charge go?
Oh, up there!
Where?
This one. There's one on the right-hand
Oh.
side.
Yeah, it's
Or
right.
left-hand
It
side.
wants us to hit both, I think.
Oh, wow. There we go. You know, I'm kind of glad that it's just Shanks in here. Oh,
Yeah.
there he goes! Hack him up!
There's our strangelet. Collect it now.
Strangelet.
The likelihood of the
Yay!
being knocked out of position has decreased.
Jump puzzles and
appreciate
warlocks, they do not. Honestly, I have always had the opinion that jump puzzles are harder as a warlock because
They're speaking
you
to
don't have the jumps. You have the fucking full-on levitate.
I am
It's even worse if you're running Blink Lock.
Oh my god, I hate the blink. The blink ability is great
You've
when you're
talked about
running
this
dungeons.
message before.
Yeah,
For us.
I agree.
It's in the slab I chiseled myself as the nine fought to tear me apart. But the relief is weathered, blurred and buffed away by their sands.
Focus. If there's something you need us to know, I trust you can find it again.
Chisel in hand, I will remember. But not yet. Not until the time is ripe.
Guardian, get that strangelet capsule back to the Ionians. Now that the power's back on, we're that much closer to reaching the singularity.
Yipperoos. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it goes.
I got more strand meditations.
Ooh, tasty.
Tasty strand meditations. Green candy.
Apple, green apple flavored.
Yeah. Granny Smith green apple.
Yeah. We like the
I,
sour.
however, have to take my leave for the night.
Yeah,
gotta
I'll
check on my
probably,
mother.
Shanks dropping screebs. Oh my god, I hate screebs.
No. Anything but the screams. Especially when they do that lunge explosive attack.
So, during Final Shape, the one cave, I know you remember it. I know you remember that cave. I was stuck on that cave. Oh, thank you for the follow, Pumpkin!
God.
Oh, heck yeah, we got the follower goal.
No. I know which cave you're talking about.
Yeah, I hated that cave.
The cave of Screeb, or as I called it, the cave of Neats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was so bad.
It was so bad. Anyways, Momo, have a nice evening. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you too.
Being shot at. I love
By a
that
giant-
rainbow. That rainbow's great.
Yeah, it's the pride emote.
It's Pride emote, but it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Have a
It
nice
also
evening.
makes a rainbow down the bottom. Yeah, you too.
Oh, I didn't see that. Cool. Be
You
safe.
get to a safety. You too. I will get to where I am not actively getting shot at. And then I will exit the VC. I might play a little longer. We will see. We'll at least get to the next mission we need to do, story-wise. And then we will stop for the night. Am I being dumb? I am being dumb. Yeah, we got our follower goal. We got to 90. Holy heck. Would you believe that I have only been streaming for
Drifter, we have another
a little over a month now?
The Guardian's dropping it off at the altar. Drifter, any updates on the hall?
It's starting to drift toward... almost like a gravitational pull. I'm burning thrusters just to keep it in
Yeah,
place.
go get rest.
I don't know what'll happen when I let this bird loose. I'm
Yes.
seeing
I got my affiliate within like 2 weeks.
I'd be worried if your instincts were telling you to run from the black hole. Glad to have you here with us, Mr. Drifter.
To be fair, I've been streaming as a whole since October, but only on Twitch for about like a month or two, going on a month. Oh no, not a month, 2 months. I stream just about every day, so it's not shocking. But yeah, have a good night, hun. Stay safe. I don't have to come and protect you.
They want to talk to you. To help you understand. Both of you.
Oh. Got Lodi stuff.
Oh no, don't touch it. Sorry. I don't know what happens if you touch it.
You hold it. Guardian, get close.
Getting close. Let me get out of call real quick. There we go.
Two speaks on behalf of three, that you might grasp your necessary presence at this point in space, in time. Commander, your first step, scheduled at our hand. An intervention necessary to ensure attendance.
The Nine killed me to get me here?
From simple perspectives, the technicality. Like that. Thank you for your attendance with minimal interference. To you we say, vengeance required. The culprit lies within. The drifter must prepare his gift. Emissary, reveal your truth.
Oh! Lodi's eyes are glowy.
Wake the dead. They will speak. You will listen.
Why would we listen? The Nine manipulated our lives. How far back?
Hey Lodi, your eyes still
You showed
glowing.
me how you died. But I already knew the rest. You deserve to know the truth. I'm sorry, Miss Ray.
Learn the truth. Movie time, boys! Oh, wait! We're learning Ikora's deaf? Hi, my heart. Oh, thank you. What'd you give me? Oh, thank you. I got food. Good, right in time for cinematic. 9. Oh my god. Ikora looks pretty with big hair. Oh. Oh wait, there he goes. Oh no. Hey, you know, there's that thing of Guardians probably shouldn't learn how they died. Or their old past. This worries me. Those are the flowers! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Straight out of nowhere. Yeah.
What was your name?
Lewis. Agent Lewis Sierra.
Thank you, Lewis.
Oh.
How long did you know?
From the second I saw you.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because you're not her! I figured the Nine put you here to torture me. The one face I recognized. And she had no idea who I was. If I told you, it would be because I wanted that. Not because it would help you.
Well, you're right. It doesn't. You know that much about me. Lodi, did the Nine kill me just to ensure I would end up here?
Yes.
Oh.
Maybe your body had to be in the right place for your ghost to find you.
I woke up by a
Truck-kun! Train-kun, Truck-kun's cousin!
Both the Yukas chose me as his
Yeah,
wife.
no, look, Ikora got freaking isekai'd in the worst hell possible.
Catastrophic intervention. That flower was an aster. She...
I don't want to know. Don't tell me her name. Don't tell me anything about her. She's dead.
Ugh. Ugh. Dang. That's crazy. She died via a train crash. Holy heck. Like, no, really, holy heck. Again, Ikora, beautiful with natural curls. Like, that whole outfit was amazing on her. But also, that was so bittersweet. Yeah, she just wanted to go home to her kid. And she worked with Lodi. well, Lewis, but dang, man. I'm gonna crack open the Pepsi that partner brought home. Yeah, no. I knew that the 9 was a little sketchy at first. They were interesting. I didn't like them. But they're an interesting force. And I do agree. So I saw a really interesting... What in the heck? Oh! Scared the heck out of me! Oh! The begin again spooked me. Yeah, let me put frogs up. We have, what, 3 frogs? 2, 3 frogs? I think it's 2. And we can continue. I don't know what the heck my partner brought in. They brought some kind of pizza thing home to Nom. Let me grab Rogue. Yeah, no. She did. She truly did. Honestly, I understand her anger. For sure. She just wanted to go home and see her kid. Dude, I almost cried during that. It's like, oh no, I know exactly what they're going for here. This is not good. See, I know a lot of people. I know that there was a lot of people that didn't like Edge of Fate. Like, didn't like the story. Thought the story was bad. I think there's some stuff that's a little weird with it. Don't get me wrong. Like, where does the conductor fit in all this? But also, dang, that was a plot point. Or, not a plot point, plot, like, twist. That Lodi knew Ikora. And it's so ironic what she did in life kind of led into what she does as a guardian. Because as a guardian, she's a warlock. She's the, leader of the hidden. That makes sense. Oh no. Ikora.
Guardian, you have 1 new call.
Hi, Ikora.
Forget their past life for a reason. Who we were is immaterial to our potential as paracausal beings. I am Ikora Ray, Warlock Vanguard. I am an accomplished scholar, pioneer Thanatonaut. I've won hundreds of crucible matches, and I have thwarted humanity's most dire threats time and time again.
I'm gonna take a nom.
The woman I saw, the woman Lodi knew. She wasn't me. I don't even know her name.
Oh.
Yet, I know
Looks like a,
she had a life,
calzone.
a vocation.
This might be a little too messy to eat on stream.
The 9 took that from her. And for what? So they could throw the very same train that
You got a
killed Bradley
calzone
centuries
thingy
later?
from, Marcos.
Clever little trail across Seoul for us to follow? For what? I have no desire to see more of that woman's life. But I need answers. She deserves them.
Oh. My heart. My heart. This breaks my heart. Poor Ikora. Outside of Cade, I think Ikora was my favorite Vanguard. Not simply because Warlock, but because I found her very compelling of a character. But dang. They literally train-cooned her. They truck-cooned Ikora. Like, what the heck, man? they... What the heck? Frog. Let me get Frog. So... Alright. She was gonna answer the phone. Right? Because the phone was ringing. She was about to answer the phone. Then she got told something about her kid. More than likely. And then... bumped into... hang on. Bumped into Lodi. Going to go do that. Let me make this a little bit bigger and move it over. Same thing with this one. And then chaos. Chaos obviously happened. She was going home and the Nine sent freaking Train-kun after her. Which again, crazy. Crazy work. Like, oh my gosh. I think they did really good with the story, honestly. Destiny, I will say, Destiny definitely has one of the best stories in scientific fiction. Just personally. But man, that is a lot to unpack there. I think for now, I think this is where I'm gonna end it. It is 8:13. I think I'm gonna end it here. Let me pop over to just chatting screen, and then wait. Let me do this for now, because I will want to continue, and I don't want to continue without you guys. I am missing. There we go. Hello. Alright. Let me scoot over a little bit. So, tomorrow, we might play Destiny. I might take a break from Destiny. We will see. It just honestly depends on what I'm feeling tomorrow. Let's see. Tomorrow's Sunday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Sunday. When is the 9th? The 9th is on a Thursday. So many frogs. Yesterday we got up to 36, so... Still haven't hit the limit. No, we have not. I like the one that's, like, down here in the, the bottom, this black one that's peeking through the other frogs. Yeah, we haven't hit the minute limit. Let's see. How many do we have? I'm gonna see. We have 26 currently, so we're 10 off from the limit. But yeah, so tomorrow we might play Warframe. I might do a chill Warframe stream instead of D2. Just kind of vibe. Probably do some more just like doing the Kim, and probably go and do Helvania shenanigans. Especially since Constellations is coming. I want to get some stuff for it. But yeah, so yeah, crazy stories so far of Edge of Fate. Honestly, what they're setting up, I really like. It's a shame that Destiny's going into hibernation. Hopefully, come June 9th, we can all join, come in, play. Come do Sparrow Races! Raid! Yes, we need a raid. Who is streaming? Not really many people are streaming right now in my group. So if you guys have any suggestions, I will go and raid somebody. Because Lobby's not streaming today. Well, she streamed earlier. So, and she didn't have the spoons to keep streaming on IRIAM today, so. Which is completely based. And fine. I like raiding my friends. It's been really fun. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to yeet them at me to raid somebody. But yeah, nah, Chaos. I really love Destiny's world. It's one of my favorite worlds. Queen Natsumi VTRV? Yeah, we can do that. Oh, they're playing our RV there yet? I want to play that eventually. It looks cute. Yep. So, we're going to raid Queen Natsumi VT. She's playing RV there yet? Which is like a, chill little, I hate saying friend swap game. Like a co-op game. It's kind of like, Peak, but are we there yet kind of vibes. It's really cute. I eventually want to play it. Raid. Paste. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good night. Stay safe. I don't have to come and protect you. And goodbye! Have a good night, everybody! We'll be streaming tomorrow sometime. We'll see. Yeah, stay safe, everybody. I'll be around.